Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about a Japanese cult that involves death and other mature content. If you do not want your children to be listening to it, well, here's your warning. Have a great day.
Is it true what they say, that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself?
Japan's deadliest terrorist attack. Have you ever heard about it?
Imagine walking through a quiet historic library late at night, and suddenly you get the whiff of floral perfume.
Imagine you're sitting alone at the library, reading your book, and then you hear
Buttered sausage.
All right, welcome back to Tinfoil Testament, where we are three friends still sitting in a four-sided room.
yeehaw.
Jeremy,
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, welcome back.
Welcome back, Vandy.
I hope y'all have had a good week. It's only Monday.
Only Monday.
It's been an okay week. I've had better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Monday. There's still time for it to get worse.
Yeah, I know.
If we could just work 7 days a week, I think I would.
Why?
Why give yourself a 2-day break for you just to go back to what you don't want to do?
Because God said so.
Would you guys work 2 7-day or 14 days in a row and get a 5-day weekend?
No.
No.
I would.
Well, I guess I would because I was considered. Yeah, well, no. I don't.
You'd get more time off.
Hmm.
You'd get a day more off.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Depends on the job.
You're working 14 days,
That's 2 weeks.
and you get 5 days off. You work 15 days, and you get 6.
No, that's not what I offered you.
No, but a normal work week, you work 5 days. You work 10 days, that's 2 weeks.
Stop explaining it
and you have
for
4
him.
days.
I'm trying to get him to say yes.
So no, your offer is worse.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Quick maths.
Oh, either way. Jeremy, what do you have for us first? Because you're first on the list. You
Yeah,
asked to be first
I'm
on the
gonna
list.
start this one out instead of Andrew for a change. Don't get used to it. But well, if we planned it right, which we did because I planned it and I never mess up.
True.
This one should be going out in October.
Yeah. Somewhere right in
And-
there. And we're in September.
So we're gonna do a little bit of a spookier kind of vibe for
Do
the
you want to
next
shout
couple.
out any of your fans who have asked like 15 times to be on here?
No,
No,
No.
last names,
No.
obviously.
I don't want to shout them out because then we just encourage the behavior. Stop
It's your fans.
asking us. Please. Enough is enough. Susan?
Yeah, Susan, Jeremy's taken. You got to leave him alone.
No, well, you gotta leave me alone, but I'm not taking.
All right, Jeremy.
Before I was rudely interrupted, because it's October, we're gonna do, spookier kind of stuff. But I thought it'd be better to start off this month talking about fear, because that is a very popular theme for this time of the year. And, well, I wanted to make it clear that we don't, and by I say we, I mean the three of us in this room, we don't glorify fear, right?
Kind of.
No, kind of. We don't glorify fear.
I think it's healthy to have some fears.
A natural fear, yes. So
Yeah, okay. I agree.
I guess before I get into it, I always like to ask you guys y'all's thoughts before I start. So what do y'all think about when you hear fear?
For me, it's like often things I don't understand or things that could hurt me. Like
Yeah.
me and Andrew were talking the other day. He said he doesn't have a fear of heights, but he has a fear of falling, and that's a rational fear. Like, yeah, you don't want to fall off of something
Yeah, I've climbed too many trees and
for fun,
slipped too many times.
not for fun.
Yeah, so it's not the fact of climbing up and looking down that gets me. It's the fear of falling that gets me. But
Yeah, so if you had to define fear, Andrew, how would you define it?
me,
Because
I
Vandy already did, sort of.
terrify everybody I walk by.
That's
don't know.
that's the definition. You look it up in Webster. Fear, I'll terrify everybody.
I think it's like a case by case basis for a lot of things, you know. Because then you have irrational fears or phobias.
Yeah, there's a lot of phobias going around in 2025.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Do you guys have any phobias?
Yes.
Claustrophobia is mine.
well, okay. My biggest fear of dying is getting stuck in a cave upside down and the water starts flooding in.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a very
That's claustrophobia kind of.
very specific. Like, yeah.
Have you ever watched Cave Divers? Dude, that
Yes.
stuff gives me anxiety.
Yes, it does. And
I'm not with it.
I'm tense the whole time, and I can't.
It's
My
horrible.
dad, he walked in one day watching me watch it, but he's like, how do you watch this stuff? He's like, oh, I hate it, and then he wouldn't walk away. He's like, ugh. He's like,
Yeah, he got stuck in it.
car wreck, you know? I was like, I know, it's terrible. We're just sitting there, and they're like inching along with their fingers, pulling each other,
I hate that.
pulling
Like,
themselves, I should say, with their fingers.
that stuff's not cool. That's probably my biggest fears is claustrophobia. Is one of them for sure.
Yeah, I don't freak out with claustrophobia, like, you know, but
Like if I know I can get like a few inches away is like
yeah,
safety, I'm cool. Like I'm good. Like I've never been stuffed in a locker. I'm too tall for that. But like I've been locked in a closet and there was never a thought of like, oh, I'm gonna die in here. But you talk about caves. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
well, I can go in them, but I can't like. I'm not going to
the
go.
tight ones.
I'm not going to go get myself stuck in one of them. Dear Lord.
I have a phobia of heights. I don't know the phobia name, but
And Jeremy's tall.
don't. I am not tall.
By today's standards, you're tall.
No, by today's standards, I'm average.
That's why you never look down.
What? All right, so let me tell you a little bit about fear. When 16-year-old Nicole Walker meets 23-year-old David McCall at Seattle nightclub, she falls in love.
Whoa.
Hold up.
Whoa. 16.
Hold up.
David is exciting and
Nightclub,
charming,
16.
and despite the age gap, he wins over her family, except for her workaholic father, Stephen, who's suspicious of David. His concerns are realized when David turns out to be a violent sociopath who sees Nicole as his possession, and her family home a fortress to be invaded.
What?
There's a lot of questions there, man.
That's the plot of the 1996 movie Fear.
6. Okay.
Oh, whoa.
19. What?
96.
Okay.
So that's
So they got pedophilia in a.
well, we don't know.
We don't know.
When was 18 established as like the
What I'm
that
saying
you're
is,
an adult?
Well, before 96.
That's what I thought.
Good thing we don't
And
endorse
some-
this movie.
and we don't endorse Fear, okay?
Yeah.
No, I just thought it'd be funny. I was looking up what is Fear, and like the first result was this movie, and I was like, I just gotta, okay, let me talk to you about Fear. Here's this.
There's so many things wrong with that catchy.
But no, for real.
For real.
No cap.
Trust.
So Fear, in the natural sense, and my goodness, I don't know where to hold my phone where I can see.
How many are afraid of the dark? Are you guys?
No. Sometimes.
You broke real fast.
So I'm going to talk about the natural fear. The stuff you were talking about, Vandy, when you say it's necessary, right? That's the built-in mechanism. So when something's wrong, you move.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
Like
Either you freeze.
you know,
or,
you need that. If you weren't afraid of anything, then people, if like we didn't have fear, people would be doing stupid stuff more than they already do. And
Yeah.
fear kind of helps prevent stupidity and endangering yourself. And there's 4 responses to fear, and you can kind of look at it from a like a horizontal axis and a vertical axis of like one is engaging or disengaging, and then the other is repelling or accepting.
Yeah.
So you have fight, which is repelling. You're fighting something off, but it's also coming in. So it's not running away. It's not leaving. And it usually has like an anger or some sort of more violent emotion with it when you're fighting. And if you want to put like the psychological, if you're not talking of like physical, there's blame and mistreating and like, yelling at somebody, taking it out on them. Andrew looks like he has a thought over there.
I'm just listening very, very closely.
And then you have flight, which is also on the repelling side of things. But instead of repelling it, it's like you getting away. That's hiding, it's running away, that's denial, it's avoiding.
You said there's 4. Those are like the 2 main ones.
Then on the other side, you have freeze.
Okay.
Which is where you shut down. You don't run, but you also don't confront it.
That's got to be the most useless one.
Thanks for calling me useless, bud.
No, freezing has its purposes. For example, T-Rexes
not real.
Are real, and their eyesight's based on movement.
According to Jurassic Park.
Their eyesight's based on movement, so you freeze, they don't see you.
Or like rabbits, they freeze.
Yeah, I've seen cats.
Okay, I'm
like
obviously joking a little bit.
Yeah, I know you are, but
But like, there is a reason to freeze. Sometimes freezing is the best course of action because if you move too fast and you're not paying attention, like landmines, for example.
Yeah.
Boom.
Like there are reasons to freeze, but it probably is the least useful of the 4, maybe. And then there's face, which is like fighting, except fighting is to get it away. Facing it is to confront it. So like when you say I'm facing my fears, you're not fighting them off. You're saying I recognize them and I'm standing against them and we're going to solve the problem. The fear may not go away, but you're confronting it and you're dealing with it.
Is that like sort of considered like when a bear charges? Is that sort of the same thing? Because you're not going to fight the bear, but
well, I mean, you could. I heard a story of I got some guys I listened to. They were explaining their story. They were in Alaska and they were hunting. But they were all in a circle around the fire, and they were just having a good time, whatever, and after a day of hunting. Literally, all of a sudden, a bear, I keep saying literally, but a bear charges into their camp, and all of them do random things, right? There's several that run away.
They had the flight.
There's one that jumps over a log and hides. There's
He had a combo of flight and freeze.
There's one that grabs his hiking pole and whacks it and starts fighting it.
Okay.
And then another one, and all the chaos, somehow the bear hits him and he gets flown up in the air and lands on the back of the bear.
I have heard this story.
Yeah, and he's literally riding the bear down the hill.
What fear is that? For
like 50 yards until he finally rolls off this bear.
That's a good example of most of
like everybody had except for freeze. I don't think anybody froze, but there's only one guy that his natural instinct was to fight. Now, I mean, they literally had bear spray on their hip,
guns or bows or something,
guns in their holsters on their hip.
And the guy grabs his hiking pole.
The guy grabs his hiking pole. Like that's you don't think when that situation comes up. Like you just react. But it was a pretty funny story.
Yeah. I don't mean to take you into a tangent, but like that.
Yes, you do.
That's like okay, I do. That's like a real fear because
bears.
No, I'm talking about like if you're in that situation, you have some fear. If you don't, either you're lying or not.
All of these are natural and healthy to have.
Yeah.
There are times you need to have all 4 of these reactions to something. It's unhealthy when you tend to lean towards only one of them. So if you're every time you're afraid, you fight there's something going on.
Yeah.
If every time you're afraid you want to run away, there's something going on. You need to have the appropriate reaction. I wouldn't say it needs to be balanced, because I think there are more things that you need to fight or face. I think those are more important than flight and freeze. But flight and freeze are also important.
Yeah.
Just off of the idea of fear, you know, since technically this is coming out in spooky season, you have like all these people that have this want to be afraid, so they could watch like horror movies, go to haunted houses, whatever. Is that weird to you guys when people are like, I want to be a little afraid?
Yes, it's
Yeah, to me, because I don't like being afraid. Like, I don't watch horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't go to haunted houses. Like, I'm like thrillers and stuff. Thrillers is the max I get as far as horror.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't like being afraid.
It's sort of like I've thought about this. It's like people are tricking their brain to be afraid, but still.
Well, it's the adrenaline rush that people get addicted to.
You're still in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still in control when you reach your hand in, and those eyeballs, they're actually meatballs.
Or grapes.
Or grapes.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
But those kind of fears shouldn't really be a problem. Like, no one should say fear doesn't exist or all fear is bad. Like, if they do, then
I'm not with that. I think
there are people who think you should never have fear, and well, we disagree.
I would strongly suggest that even Jesus was afraid. I think he was even afraid to die.
Well, yeah. I mean, he experienced every emotion.
Yeah.
That humans have.
Just because of the account in the garden and all of that. Like, if I know I'm going to die tomorrow, I'm afraid.
He was literally sweating blood.
Yeah. Anyways, we digress. If there's natural fears, there's got to be unnatural, I assume.
The fear we don't entertain or wish to entertain, and is kind of the main fear focused on at this time of the year, is the more supernatural or spiritual fear. That brings with it dread or despair, or like any sort of like unease that doesn't really fit in line with the four natural reactions you'd have.
Yeah. Why? Just from your guys' opinions, why do you think people get afraid of supernatural or what people would call paranormal encounters or experiences?
Well, because that's something that you can't control. I mean, if an animal's charging you, well, you can either run away, climb a tree, or fight back. But paranormal, it's like you stand there, take it, or you run away.
See, I don't understand that, because like,
well, there's even occurrences where the paranormal attaches to you after you leave a certain place or something. So I mean,
like, I don't know. When it comes to things I don't or can't control, like, I can't just walk up to the Mississippi River and just change it or stop it. That's kind of how I view that aspect when people are like, "Oh, I'm afraid of the dark," or whatever. I'm like, you're not gonna change it, but you don't have to be afraid of it. But so many people are.
Well, it's two different things, I think. One is, I think, real supernatural or spiritual things that cause fear. I think it comes from the entity. I think it oozes, for lack of a better word, like it oozes fear. Like, it's not like I choose to be afraid. It's like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I don't, like, it just hits you, and you don't. And I might cut this out because I don't know how much we want to go into there. But I've experienced, and I know you guys have experienced stuff too. But like at my parents' old house, there was a spirit that would walk up and down our halls. Me and my sister both you could see the shadow and hear the creaking as it walked. And when it happened, like, there was just this feeling it just hit you.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be afraid.
Yeah, you don't choose it. It just happens. Like when you wake up in the middle of the night and it's just, you wake up in fear. Yeah. I've had that a lot.
The other end is it could be not necessarily fear, just a sense of unease, and people just kind of lump them together.
I think the world has put everybody into a place where we're in control of everything. We know everything at a few clicks or types away. That when we have these moments of unease, like you said, you're sort of automatically like, ooh, I don't know anything about this. I'm afraid of it, or I'm skeptical of it at the very least.
But if you get anything from this episode specifically or this segment, it's just 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit of God gave us. For the Spirit God gave us. I'm going to edit that out and I'm going to restart because I read too fast.
No, leave it in. It's good.
2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid. Instead, the Spirit gives us power, love, and self-discipline.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that's correctly worded, but that's ChatGPT's take on it. But the point is...
Getting pastored by an AI, brother.
Yeah. No, I just asked it to give me my notes in a way I couldn't read, and I think it messed it up.
Mm.
But the premise is still there. Like, God didn't give us the spirit of fear.
Right.
Yeah.
Is the real point of, like... So, I'm not going to say or tell anyone it's okay or not okay to celebrate Halloween or this month. That's not my position. That's not up to me. But I will say, don't glorify fear because God is not about fear.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sort of on the other side of, like, you guys have said that somewhat afraid of the dark a little bit.
No, I'm not.
Well, Jeremy said no, and then yes. Like, I know a lot of people that are afraid of the dark, but I've always had the odd curiosity of, like, I want to know what's in the dark.
Well, it depends on where you're at.
Well, I mean, I've
Turn the lights off, you know what's in the dark.
me.
To clarify, I'm actually not afraid of the dark. Well, never mind. I'm not even going to finish my thought. I don't think it should really go into it. But I'm not actually afraid of the dark. It's some other stuff.
Yeah. I think from a early age, a lot of people are pushed into something's in the dark. It's going to get you.
Monsters under the bed. Monsters
Bro,
in
when
the
I was a
closet.
kid, though, we watched the movie Gremlins. And, like, for some reason, the movie didn't freak me out. I mean, it did a little bit because as a kid, you just get freaked out. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm terrified or whatever. And I had no problems with it, except when I went to my grandparents' house. My dad would take us to his mom's house sometimes during the summers because he went to work at like 4 a.m. and he'd take us there, drop us off there for a couple hours till my mom got home. And so it'd be dark. For some reason, and only there, when I would go to her house and get into bed, my brain would just be like, the gremlins are going to get you. Only there. And I'd have to like get up and turn the bathroom light on because I was freaked out. And I don't know why.
I'll share one story real quick. This was the most scared I was ever, like, in my life to this day. I'm like, this is the most scared I've ever been. We had some end time preacher come to our church. And
this is going.
Yeah, like the whole theme was the rapture and stuff like that. Either way, like a week or two later, I was at my grandparents' house, and I remember I was at that age where, like, they were still, like, putting me down for naps and stuff. Went to sleep, woke up, walk out, and I'm expecting to see grandpa somewhere, and nobody's there. I'm like, okay, they got to be outside. Walk outside. Both the cars are gone. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. I go, this was when we had house phones still. I grabbed the house phone, and this is when I knew everybody's phone number by heart. I dialed up my mom 4 times, wouldn't answer. Grandma wouldn't answer. Grandpa wouldn't answer. My dad, if people know my dad, he doesn't have a phone.
Yeah.
He left it with pagers. Needless to say, I couldn't get a hold of anybody, and I started like having the best prayer meeting of all time. Like, oh no, they left me.
I did that same thing.
They went to heaven in the cars.
I did that same thing.
Dude, my mind was not rationalizing
Except my mom, she was gone doing something, and my dad, he was remodeling our house at the time, and I was busy playing this computer game, It was a bass fishing game.
Oh, those computer games.
It was like,
They'll send you to hell.
yeah, man. But so I was like,
will.
I wonder where he's at. So I start hollering his name, and no answer. Same thing.
Yeah.
And so I walk outside. Same thing. He wasn't there. I was like, okay, well, maybe he's under the house because he's remodeling.
Yeah.
Go under there, look for him. He's not there.
Oh, dude, that feeling.
Dude, it hit me hard. And so I started walking around the house screaming, Dad! Dad! I was like 5, 6.
I would say, when was this, last week?
Yes. But so anyway, I go inside again, and he's not inside either. Again.
Dude, that's the worst feeling in the world.
Doing a full loop around the outside of the house, underneath the house, going inside the house. And so eventually he found me.
Yeah.
And he walked inside.
And he's like, what's going on?
And we were just like doing circles around each other, just going, trying to find each other.
Dude, those experiences are on par with mom saying, stay here, and then you're like in Walmart, and then you can't find them.
Oh, yeah, I had that when I was a kid.
Or the one I used to hate is, stay here in line with the cart. I'll be right back. And you're like getting closer and closer, and you start putting the stuff on, and mom's not there.
Yeah, and you're just like, what do I do? I don't have money, man. Oh, man. So.
Oh, my. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that too long. Brings back PTSD.
Yeah.
All right. If you have been listening for any amount of time, we play this game here at Tinfoil Testament, where it's called Tinfoil Truth. I give 2 headlines, and Jeremy and Andrew try to guess which one is true.
I'm always correct. Always.
Always.
Except when he's not.
Except when he's not. Exactly.
I'm 100% correct 60% of the time.
So, I've got 5 here. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get real political right now.
Bet.
First headline is Israeli spyware used to target journalists and politicians worldwide has been recently leaked. The next headline is secret NASA program confirms possible civilization in the Antarctic ice.
True tinfoil.
My gut wants to say tinfoil true because the Israelis would never. But I'm going to say true tinfoil.
Whoa. Israelis have been caught.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
Stop it, guys. You don't need that. You got God on your side. Stop it. Anyways, enough about that.
No comment.
No comment. All right, this one is about secret tech.
Secret tunnels.
Elon Musk. U.S. Navy patents mysterious UFO-like technology capable of bending space and time. The next headline is Apple caught installing hidden mind control / hypnosis software in new iPhones to boost sales.
Ooh,
Well-
man.
Well,
I was going to say tinfoil true, but it wasn't to boost sales, so it must be true tinfoil.
Andrew's never wrong, guys. We could see the first
I'm
time.
100% right 60% of the
Could
time.
you never be wrong, but also not always 100% right?
I'm gonna say tinfoil true. Because I feel like there's subliminal messaging. That's the quote hypnosis thing.
Yeah, it could be, but it's not.
Yeah, okay.
So I think you tied up now, right?
Yeah.
No, didn't we say the same thing for the first one?
I thought you flip-flopped on him. Not
No,
physically.
I said true tinfoil.
Okay, then.
Oh.
Jeremy's
I
up
want to
one.
say tinfoil true because Israelis would never.
Oh.
Okay.
But true tinfoil.
So you're up 1 then.
All right. World leaders meet annually to decide which countries will have natural disasters. Wow.
True.
And the next one is FBI ran secret program to infiltrate certain civil rights groups during the 60s and 70s.
Oh. Tinfoil true.
True.
Whoa.
Tinfoil true.
Yeah, you guys are right.
Yeah, that's an obvious one there.
All right, this one is health and science. NASA found cure for cancer on the moon, but keeps it classified due to big pharma.
Of course, it's a
I thought you were
multi-billion
saying
dollar.
Bigfoot, and then I would have agreed.
We have a moon Bigfoot before GTA 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Tobacco companies hid evidence for decades linking cigarettes to cancers.
I mean, yes. So tinfoil
Yeah,
true.
tinfoil true.
Like, that was the easiest one ever.
All right, here we go. Last one. I still think you're up one, right?
Yeah.
All right. Andrew, you can tie it up right here. U.S. government spends over $22 million investigating UFO sightings under secret Pentagon program annually.
How much was it?
22 mil.
Okay.
The next is possible Bigfoot DNA confirmed as part human hybrid in newly leaked lab reports.
Tinfoil.
True tinfoil.
We both said true tinfoil.
Yeah, you guys are right.
Yeah.
I felt like the last time they were a little bit too hard.
I like it better when they were a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, you failed it this segment.
Yeah, okay.
Try better next
Yeah.
time.
Okay, I know this little kid Balake out there. He got them all wrong.
Balake.
Balake,
Of course he
you
did.
know who you are.
Balake.
Poor Balake.
So how about them cultists?
Yeah, I'm actually interested. This is the segment. Before we get in, we're going to give you one last warning. Adults, if you're in the room, listen to this segment before and make a judgment if you have kids listening. We don't know how deep this is going to get.
I mean, it's not terrible, but I know there's
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
several.
some people kind of,
There's
have-
several young kids that have listened to our one episode.
No, we have two up if you're on YouTube.
Well, 2 up now.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's there's nothing graphic. There's nothing graphic. I'm not going to go into that or nothing like that.
Man.
But I mean, it does talk about death, and so if you don't want your kids to listen to that, I mean,
Is it
that's
the
up
Yakuza?
no.
Good. We don't want them on our tail.
So we have a Japanese death cult that I'm going to talk about today.
Oh.
Similar to ones that we've had here in the U.S., except this one is
Japanese.
yes, but this one's like massive. Okay, this is more massive than any cult that we have had in the U.S.
Really?
Massive.
Okay.
This went from just a few people, a few small people,
Yeah.
blown up to I think about 10,000 in Japan, and then it blew up even bigger into a worldwide phenomenon.
Is it still a thing?
I think it is, but I think they rebranded.
Scientology.
Yeah, I can't really remember what they were called, but
They got Tom Cruise.
I never really went into that to see if they were still here or not. So the sarin gas attack in Tokyo, which occurred on March 20th, 1995, which isn't too long ago, but in 1995, 30 years ago, is one of the most horrific acts of domestic terrorism in Japan's modern history. We have 9/11. 9/11 was an inside job. We have 9/11, and they have the sarin gas attacks. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Who did it? You're keeping me in suspense. Who did it?
So the sarin gas attack in Tokyo, which occurred on March 20th, 1995, is one of the most horrific acts of domestic terrorism in Japan's modern history. It was carried out by a Japanese doomsday cult called, forgive me for the pronunciation here, but Orun Shirikyo. I'm gonna
Shiriko.
get the old phone out here and
Shinrikyo.
That's what it's.
Thank you, Google.
Yeah. Good old
Googles.
bot voice. And it resulted in the deaths of 13 people, which doesn't sound like a lot. However, it affected 6,000 people. 6,000 people got injured from this.
What kind of gas did they use? Like tear gas? Or?
Sarin gas.
I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
So, glad you asked. This gas was developed by the Germans in World War II.
Oh, so they're Nazis too.
Well, no. But this specific gas is one of the deadliest gases that a human can breathe in so far.
Oh, really?
I'm guessing they were in an open area, and that's the reason why it didn't.
No. The reason why it didn't work as effective was because it wasn't very pure.
Oh.
It wasn't very pure. So, but here's a more detailed account of the actual event. So the cult, its meaning is supreme truth. That's what it translates to English. But it was a religious group founded in 1980s by Shoko Asahara. That's a good pronunciation of that. Shoko Asahara. And it was initially the group combined elements of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity also. But it gradually became more radical in adopting apocalyptic beliefs and prompting a vision of an impending global catastrophe.
So is there like a main guy?
Yeah, that's Shoko Asahara. A little bit of background before I go into more of this. So he was born in 1955, and he was born with one eye completely blind and the other eye he could barely see out of. And ever since he was young, he started to become a con artist, right? He was able to get money out of his classmates, and that habit just continued to roll and develop and so on and so forth, to the point where he even started making fake cures, like, snake oil cures and stuff like that, to the point where the Chinese, oh my God, the Japanese government had to step in and close him down, shut him down, because number one, he wasn't licensed, and he was selling these quote cures to the public.
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah. Number two, none of his cures were tested. So he had developed his charisma over the years of manipulating people and conning people. And so after they canceled him on this with the magical cures, whatever, he opened up a yoga. What would it be called? A yoga
studio?
Studio. Yeah.
Dude, that's quite a pivot.
Yeah, I know. But he focused it with, just building up a few clients here and there, and then he started saying that he was a spiritual healer.
You throw that spiritual around.
Yeah. And so then he started going into all this crazy stuff.
Why couldn't he heal his one eye then?
But he started saying that he was, I think he was starting to say that he was Jesus or something like that, or the reincarnation of Jesus or something like that, whatever. So, like I said earlier, he built this up over the course of years, and he first started this in 1989. That's when he first started.
So roughly mid-30s.
Yeah.
He really kicked it off.
Yeah. So he started in 1989, and it just started blowing up and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what was unique about this specific cult was he wasn't just focusing on the average person, but he was going after pretty wealthy people. He was going after doctors, engineers, scientists,
sounds
chemists.
Like Scientology so much.
Yeah. He started going after all these very influential people, and it got to the point where he literally had his fingers in everything. He had some people in the government, he had some people in police stations, and he petitioned the Japanese government to make his religion an official religion. Because after World War II, Japan rewrote their constitution, and in that constitution, they said that they cannot discriminate against religion, which they did. I mean, it was big enough, and so they said, okay, sure, we'll make it an official religion. So he started getting the tax breaks and everything else and started to be recognized. Well, just like with most cults, he started getting manipulative, really manipulative with his power. He started...
Is that when, like, the attacks started?
Not yet.
Okay.
He started to torture people and call it training, and to make it to the next level, to essentially,
Was it like malicious? Like he just wanted to mess with people kind of stuff? Or was he, in his mind, actually, this is making them tougher?
That's what he told them.
Yeah.
But
did he actually believe that, or was...
I don't know. I mean,
probably,
because it could go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there's religious cult leaders that think that A, everything that they're saying is real, or B, they know that they're making it all up.
right?
But he started getting really malicious and started beating people and torturing people, and he started growing in power and influence. And of course, this is a doomsday cult. So just like Waco here in the U.S., I forgot what that cult was called.
I don't know.
But anyway,
I just heard about them.
Huh?
So we just heard about them, or I did. I assume you
Is
heard
that the
about
one where they all
Oh.
drank the Kool-Aid?
oh yeah.
them. No, literally, we
That's
just...
a different one.
Okay.
Waco was down in Texas, and
The ATF.
ATF, and it was a brutal story. I'm not going to go into that either.
Yeah.
That's too much time.
Okay.
And not a good story.
Yeah. So, but similarly to Waco, it was a doomsday cult, and they were going to be the ones that survived it. Okay, so they started stockpiling munitions, and which I don't know. They started buying them off the black market, because Japan, you're not allowed to own firearms, but they started buying them off the black market and started building up arsenal and started making weapons, and they started dabbling with chemical gases.
Okay.
This is how the sarin gas comes involved.
How do you set that all up, though? It's like...
He grabbed all these high-profile people, doctors, engineers, so on and so forth. They're upper-class wealthy people. They gave him all their money. He spent $50 million creating a lab to produce these gases.
So how does he...
chemicals?
I'm just trying to think, like, how do you bring that to people? Because obviously I don't understand how cults work, but it's like, okay, we need money. Does nobody just like raise their hand and be like, what are we doing? What's the money going to?
People get caught up, man.
Yeah, cults are dangerous because you kind of don't question anything because you just
go.
You're
with the flow.
brainwashed, right? Like there are people who leave their family, like the people that love them and they've known their whole lives. They get so convinced that the cult is better
Yeah.
than them that they like, no, you're trying to hold me back, and they'll
Right.
denounce their family. So like they don't.
Yeah, and it
care.
started, and as the years goes by, it gets bigger and bigger, and then it's up to about 30,000 people in Japan alone, not including around the world. And it starts getting so bad with the tortures and everything else, and people started spending more time at the main facility, that the families start getting involved, and they start begging their kids, their mothers, their fathers, so on and so forth, to come out of the building and come home. And there was video footage of it that I saw, and they were, I don't know, probably anywhere between 10 to 30 people out there with bullhorns and with signs begging their family members to come home. But he refused. He did not let them leave. and it got to the point where one man tried to escape, and the other members killed him.
Oh, wow.
And so this started becoming a very, very tight-knit community, which is pretty hard when there's 30,000 people. But those that started to question the cult leader, Asahara, then he started to beat them and torture them and so on and so forth.
So it just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah, it keeps escalating.
Was the gas attack, was that their biggest?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I'm
after that.
I'm getting to all that. I'm getting to all
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
It starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they start developing these gases. They start going through cyanide and several other gases.
Did they
other
test them
chemicals.
on
Yes.
themselves or their
No,
own?
they tried to test them going into neighborhoods and letting the gas out.
Oh, wow.
Into the
It's even
neighborhoods.
worse.
Yes. And none of the gases did the results that they wanted. So they kept trying.
Well, did nobody notice that happened?
No, because the gases didn't produce any effects to people that they were trying.
They were very
So was
bad.
it, they weren't even. No one even knew that.
It, like I said, the chemist that they had on hand was good enough to create it, but wasn't good enough to refine it.
Well, I'm just thinking, how do you release gases in multiple neighborhoods? I mean, I'm assuming not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
But
no,
how do you release gases and there's no?
Well,
Even if it doesn't have the effects you want, how is there no anything that nobody detects it? And it's like,
well, they're
what is
driving.
this?
So they're driving around in vans and they're letting it out as they're driving, and so it's not like a big cloud coming out. From
yeah.
the back
Well,
of
I'm
the-
just saying,
of-
like,
of
there
the
was some
van.
sort of effects, and someone look into it and be like, something weird happened here.
Well, there wasn't any effects. That's what I'm saying. They didn't.
So they were bad at their job at first.
Nobody knew. And if you're exposed to these gases in small amounts, you'll only get like a headache or a little bit of cough or something like that. They'll just think that you're
Just
a little sick. But they even got to the point where they started buying military equipment from other countries on the black market.
Oh, wow.
And they even were thinking about dabbling in creating a nuclear weapon.
Somehow I knew that's what you were about to
Yes.
say.
Dude.
So this was a very serious cult.
This is like Mission Impossible type
Yeah.
cult.
Well, of course, from what this guy was indoctrinating into them, they were going to create the end of the world, and they were the only ones going to be alive at the end.
Okay,
basically.
so that was one of my questions. Is like, okay, he's convincing all these people to do this for
Yeah.
basically we're going to be the new, for lack of a better term, the new Adam and Eve and start over.
Right.
Okay.
So before this main attack, they finally developed the sarin gas. They finally developed it. So they decided to test it. They went into another neighborhood, but this one was deliberately targeted because there were 3 judges that were threatening to take away their property, I think is the best way I can explain it. They were threatening to take away their home.
So they go after the judges.
So they were going after the judges with
Wow.
this gas. Except they didn't, for some reason, take into account the wind direction. And it went to the opposite side of the neighborhood. And I can't remember if there was deaths involved, but there was definitely several injuries involved. And they couldn't figure out what happened. And until they finally realized, after lots of tests, that it was this gas. But they didn't hit their targets, which was the 3 judges. But they knew that the gas was strong enough and potent enough to be able to cause this damage on people.
That's crazy.
So, after that, a year later, fast forward a year later, in 1995, a police officer that they had embedded into the cult told the leader and warned them that the police were going to come after you. They have a warrant.
So
And
was
they're
he a
going to,
double agent?
Yeah. Well, he was a member of this cult, which was an official religion. So he could have
Right.
been, he could have not told them that he was a part of this religion,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming that they didn't know that he was a part of it because he was in the law enforcement and they were telling him about this. So I'm obviously assuming. So the cop goes to him and to Asahara and said, hey, they're going to do a raid on this place. And so he said, okay, now's the time. And he told the chemist, he said, create as much as you can. So he created 10 liters worth of this sarin gas in liquid form. So they devised the plan to go to the Tokyo trains subway system. And there was 5 men, and they went on 5 different planes. Wow. 5 different trains. And each man had a bag of the liquid gas, of the liquid. And their plan was to stab the bag with the umbrella a few times, let the liquid leak and evaporate into the gas, and walk off the train. So, that's what happened. The 5 men went on the 5 trains. They stabbed the bags and they walked off.
Did they die?
No. They like stabbed it right before the doors open, and when they stabbed it, they walked off. So this gas, sarin gas, is very potent. Like I said, it is one of the most potent gases known to man. So as soon as they stab the bag, it's everybody immediately feels the effects. And the ones closest to it, ones closest to the bags, sadly, die pretty quickly. And what this gas does, it affects the nervous system. And you start coughing, it gets in your lungs, and then you start having seizures, and then you suffocate. Yeah.
So it just shuts you down.
Yeah. Shuts you down. But the reason why it only killed 13 is because it wasn't pure. It wasn't distilled down to its purest form. The chemist wasn't the best at it, so that's how.
So they were lucky.
Yeah. If it was in its purest form, there would be a lot more deaths. But
wow.
The problem is that people were walking in and off on the train. Now, what I haven't said is this is peak rush hour at 8 a.m. Everybody's going to work. The Tokyo subway system, as of now, I don't know what it was then, but as of now, 9 million people travel on it a day.
I'm sure it was probably like 3-4 at least.
I was hearing numbers anywhere between 3,000 and 6,000 were affected, all the way from life-threatening injuries all the way to just a very mild cough.
Is there like ways to recover from it? That
yes.
If you don't get a lethal dose, that would be horrible. If you just somehow like your lungs are wrecked or your nervous system's wrecked. I believe it just
works its way out of you. I mean, I saw video footage of it. There was like massive portable hospitals at the train station, at the subway station. I mean, thousands upon thousands first responders out there trying to figure out what was going on. They had the military out there with gas masks and going through from train car to train car.
Not to mention, like, they probably discarded some train cars.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know how hard it is or easy it is to clean it. I don't know if it's just a simple
evaporates
scrub down.
Away.
I don't know.
That's crazy though.
But
how did they trace it back to this?
Great question. So one of the men that was part of it, he was having second thoughts even before he went on to the train. And he was a former heart surgeon getting on there with this bag. And he was debating about doing it or not over and over and over again. But he said the reason why he did it is because if he didn't do it and he tried to run away,
they would kill him.
They would find him and kill him.
He's too high profile.
Yeah, they would find him, kill him, or find him, torture him, and he wouldn't.
Oh boy,
wouldn't see anything. Anybody. So that's what kept him to go, because he was in too deep already. So he went in and he stabbed the bag one time, and left. And he went home and he turned on the TV. And when he turned on the TV, he saw all the disaster, everybody coughing, everybody spitting up blood, and so on and so forth. And he couldn't deal with it. He couldn't handle it, knowing that he just took part of the biggest terrorist attack in Japan's history, affecting thousands of lives. So the next day, he called the police station, told him his name, and turned himself in. And he gave up everything.
So that's where it started crumbling.
Yeah, he gave up everything.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say good on him for doing the turning in part, but at least he had a conscience.
If he could have done that instead of going in the first place.
Yeah.
If he could have said, gone to the police with the bag and say,
like, here's the proof. This is what they're doing.
And been like, hey, I need protection.
Yeah.
I don't know. It may not have been that easy because the Japanese have a different culture, and also it was even in the 90s, which in and of itself was a different culture. So for all I know, the police may have either not have been helpful to him and kept him safe,
or just arrested him,
or like I said before, he had policemen that were part of the cult also.
Obviously, yeah.
So if he was in the interrogation room, one of the policemen come in there and kill him.
30,000 people, where most of your people are well off, high positions.
Yeah,
but like,
who knows who he has?
If he could have tried that, it might have been better for him. But who knows?
Yeah.
So
I mean, he could have almost been scot-free of any charge.
Yeah,
at least in American law card.
So I'm assuming from there they find the leader.
Yeah.
How many of the people were actually arrested?
I have that written down here. So the main leader was Shoko. He was arrested in May 1995, and he was charged with multiple counts of murder, including the Tokyo subway attack, because he also had a few members that he killed also.
Yeah.
And there was also a family, too. I can't remember who they were, but he also had a hit done on a family, a man, his wife, and their young infant child.
Oh, this guy's
so
a psycho.
That was also another murder done. But in total, 13 members were convicted for their involvement in the subway
psycho
attack. And several of them were sentenced to death, including Asahara.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's happened by now.
I would hope so.
I don't know how they're
30 years ago.
I'm assuming most countries that have the death penalty are more efficient than the U.S.
I would hope so. I mean,
I have mixed opinions, but we won't go into that because we need time for Vandy to.
I have mixed opinions about the death penalty
with his libraries.
But
libraries.
So there are only 13 members that were arrested. I mean, if you think about it.
So the rest that gave money,
I
don't know how I feel about that.
As far as they should have been arrested.
Well, let me put it. I don't know.
It depends on what they knew, and you can't really prove definitively in most cases.
I was giving my money to a church.
I mean,
and then the pastor's out there just doing whatever. Essentially, sounds what's going on there.
To answer your question when they were sentenced to death, Shoko was convicted of multiple murders and other crimes and was sentenced to death in 2004.
Okay.
So 9 years after the incident. And his death sentence was carried out in 2018.
I
So
wonder how Japan's whole, like we have in the past, we've had the electric chair, we've had all these other ways, and now we have lethal injections. Is that how he went?
don't know.
Should have gassed him.
Katana.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Yeah, fight to death the samurai. If you win, you get your freedom.
No.
Well, that would be pretty rough for him, considering he was blind.
You know,
Depth perception's
sure
off.
thought about that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much what I have. But they
That's wild.
after this, they made sure that the first responders and military was prepared for another attack for copycatters.
Yeah,
And-
and the remaining cult. You
Yeah.
never know.
So, as of right now, I don't think there was another incident of a gas attack. I could be wrong.
See, if that happens, I certainly hope that the rest of the world and Japan label these people as terrorists or
yeah.
the cult or whatever.
Oh, the cult
Yeah.
could be. Like I said, when I was looking up for the pronunciation of it,
Yeah.
the one website said that X name, whatever it was, formerly known as
Yeah.
this cult, which is the one I'm talking about. So I'm assuming that they're still around. Probably not as big.
Yeah.
But-
I would hope not.
I mean, it's still. I mean, if they practice the same thing, it's still a doomsday cult.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I don't care what you believe whatever you want to believe at that point, but don't go killing people.
But this was the first sarin gas attack ever on civilians outside of war. And nobody was prepared for it because nobody thought that anyone would do such a thing. So
It's against the Geneva War Convention, I think.
Yeah, it
certain
is.
gases
it is
are.
now. And after World War I, they created that, put that in clause. That hasn't stopped people from
Right.
later on from doing that, but it's part of the Geneva Code. So,
Right.
but this was the first time that it was ever used outside of war, but just as a terrorist attack. So, it's very impactful to people. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was only 30 years ago, just a little over 30 years ago. So there's still plenty of people within living memory that that
You said he was
actually
born in
experienced that.
1955. My father was born in 54. So he probably knows what was going on.
Probably. Well,
I gotta
yeah,
ask.
it was the 90s. All of our parents did.
Yeah.
I mean, duh.
I knew. I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I was one.
I mean, it made headlines, global headlines around the world because
I'm going to ask them about that. Like, hey, you remember this guy, this gas attack in Tokyo, right?
could have been, yeah, Tokyo.
That's crazy. People are out there.
So that's all I got on that section. I mean, it's a
You weren't kidding. That was long.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Are we
very
gonna
long.
step into the flat corner or whatever Andrew called it last time?
Yeah, the cryptid corner.
I want to hear about the libraries.
You want to hear about the libraries?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Cool. Let's skip the cryptid corner. Let's go to libraries.
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 Let's talk about those libraries.
Okay. We have already talked about fear a little bit. I don't mean this segment to scare anybody.
Don't be
I'll
scared.
just ask you two guys, what do you think is possible with seeing paranormal activity?
With Christ, all things are possible.
Okay, there we
What was
go.
the question? I'm dumb. I didn't understand it.
So do you believe people can see a ghost or a spirit? I do because of events we don't need to talk about, but
I
I
was
do.
asking Mr. somebody I work with today at work,
Mr. Somebody,
and
not Susan.
no, it was not Susan.
Mr. Susan.
Not Mr. Susan, sorry. But I was thinking almost pretty much the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
do you think? And he said, "Well, it's in the Bible, so yeah."
I mean, yeah, theophanies and different things like that. But I guess for whoever's gonna edit, you or me, we don't have to put the sound effects in if we don't want to, but whatever. So just imagine for a second. I'm gonna set the scene.
Sound effects.
Yeah, eerie wind blowing in the background. Distant whispering. Andrews can't play the guitar for that.
It's free real estate.
It's free. So this was an interesting one. I liked it. I don't know if anybody listening. I don't think I've been here, but Evansville, Indiana. Have you?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Oh, Andrew's been there. Okay,
Or at least very close to it. I lived in Indianapolis for 4 years.
so
so did I, except for only a month.
Yeah.
So in this town of Evansville, there is a place or a library called the Willard Library. It's like steeped in like haunting culture or whatever, to the point where you can literally watch live cams all the time that are on in the library because I've seen so many things there.
Does it pick it up?
Yes. Like you can go watch, and it's just a live stream.
It's fake.
CCTV, whatever. People say it's fake. People say it's not. Whatever.
It's
whatever.
strings, smoke, and mirrors.
Well, I haven't been to Evansville. I apologize,
Oh,
but I
you
am
lied.
very familiar with it.
So it's a very old library. It's built in 1885. It's in that Victorian Gothic style, back when they made houses look pretty and buildings look pretty and so on and so forth. But either way, it has really big windows, shadowy corners. Like, it was not made with lighting that we have today.
Like the house that we stayed in Mississippi.
Yes, that was a house. Talk about Andrew's bed moving. Big bed, iron bed.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
That's for another podcast.
But either way, so it was built in 1885, and for nearly the next century, people that frequented the library and the staff all report strange occurrences happening in the library, all tied to one figure that keeps coming up over and over and over, and they just named her the Gray Lady, just because it's a cliche.
Does she have almond-shaped eyes and
Let's
gray
say-
skin?
Say, was this an alien?
Can't assume species. But the first sighting was in 1937 when a janitor claimed he saw a figure of a woman dressed entirely in a gray dress just walking silently through the halls. He thought, okay, this is a librarian or somebody who's just working here late, whatever. So he didn't do anything about it. And he just kept doing his job. And later told somebody,
That man stands on business.
yeah, he's like, I don't have any time to be dealing with y'all. I got to clean and I'm going home. But he sees her and tells somebody else that works at the library, and they're like, no, we all left. We were gone at a party. So he tries to retrace his steps. He goes back to the library a few times, doesn't really see anything or hear anything. But that's when the whole rumor around the town started that it was a lady named Louise Carpenter, the daughter of the library's founder, Willard Carpenter, a.k.a. the Willard Library. And so the folklore says Louise was furious when she discovered that her father left his beloved library to the public instead of to her.
Of course.
And her spirit has been lingering ever since, wanting to just be there.
How did they come to that conclusion? They just said, well, it has to be that.
He didn't put her in his will to get the library, and she wanted it.
No, that was her.
People said that it looks like her from old pictures. I don't know. You know how folklore goes. Sometimes it's like one person hears one thing, and then eventually it comes back around. It's completely different, but that's what stuck over the years. But over the decades, the Gray Lady has made her presence known countless ways. Patrons report sudden cold spots moving through the room, staff have smelled strong perfume, which nobody was wearing and nobody was nearby when they supposedly said that they smelled it. Books mysteriously falling from their shelves or appear to be rearranged overnight.
Spooky.
And thanks to the library's live, which you can go watch right now, ghost cams, people around the world have witnessed strange orbs and shadowy figures moving through the building. You can take that for what it is. Could be real, could be not.
Dust.
Tinfoil.
Tinfoil.
Get them ghost hunters in there right now.
But you can... I actually went and watched one this afternoon just to see, and you can see people in the library just doing library things, looking at books.
I'm
And
reading the book. Kid, I'm reading the book. Don't you ever interrupt me when I'm reading the book.
I didn't see anybody floating around.
Flashback.
But perhaps the most chilling evidence came this year, 2025. If you're listening in the future or the past, I don't judge.
I do. What are you doing back there?
But this was kind of eerie because I was born in April, but it said on an April night in 2025, staff locked up for the evening. Nobody was there. This is while the cameras were rolling, mind you.
Except for the staff.
Every door was locked. You can go watch the footage. Librarians literally go lock every single door before they leave for the night. And then they get out of there. Every latch was secured, and then the alarm system was set. A few hours later, the alarm company calls saying, hey, this specific door has been, like, the alarm got tripped. Okay. One of the staff members rushes back. The door was still locked tight, so they were kind of confused. They go to the cameras, and they start looking back, like scrubbing through it, just going through it really fast. And they saw something that didn't look right when they were going real fast through it. So they paused it, slowed it down, and started watching. The or the video shows that the locked door literally swung wide open.
Huh.
Just open as if somebody had unlocked it and pushed it hard. So,
but it was locked when she got there.
But it was locked when they left and when they got there.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Nobody's visible in the camera footage. Nobody's there. Nobody's doing anything to it. I know, fishing wire. Pull it. That's what I would have done if I'm trying to pull this off. But they promise that nothing has been happening. Just a door moving by itself in a building known for having the gray lady or whatever. But then local news stations cover the story, and the clip quickly goes around all over the place, which, go look it up, Andrew. Do it. Yeah, so the door swings open. Nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
Local news finally gets a hold of the clip and the story, and they start pushing it out everywhere. So obviously you have all the skeptics show up, and this was one that was unusual when they try to prove, okay, well, maybe they did it this way, maybe they did it that way, whatever. They couldn't really show that there was a way that it could happen. And then some people were just saying, well, it was just a mechanical failure. But when you push a door open, as opposed to like if the little latch just opens or becomes disengaged, just kind of drafts the door open.
What kind of lock was it?
I don't know.
Because if it's a mechanical lock and not electric, or magnetic or whatever, how is it going to be like?
I don't know.
That's the gray lady. Now, whether you believe in ghosts or not, it's eerie to me. It could be unexplained or easily explainable, and that's where I want to bring you two guys into it. What do you guys, if I show you that video, which whoever's editing it, I'm going to try to find it and send it to both of you guys. Either way.
So what kind of door was it? Was it just like a normal with the... I know you already asked this question as far as the lock
what kind
goes.
of door is it? And my mind went, man, What a door. That's where my brain
It just looks like a regular wooden door.
Was it one of the ones where you like pull down like this, or was it the knob
It's a
where you
knob.
twist?
It's a knob.
Knob where you twist. Okay, so it was locked when they left, and it's locked when she gets back. But it,
Keep in mind, you can still go watch the cams. Just like,
yeah,
I think they're on Twitch too.
I don't know, man. I mean, sure,
swamp gas.
swamp gas. I mean, it's pretty easy to fake it because I mean,
Yeah.
the employees go by and they quote lock the door, but they have the string on the other side or whatever, like you said, and they fling it open. I mean, sure, but a lot of people have experienced strange things and caught strange things on camera that you can't explain either.
Yeah.
So, could it be real? Sure. Could it be faked? Absolutely.
Faked or fate?
Fake.
Fake it.
Fake.
I like to think it's real. I want it to be. I'll say it like that. I want it to be real.
Yeah, you normie.
Why is that normie? Why?
Chew them out, Jeremy.
It's fake.
Stop chewing me out, Jeremy. I'll say it probably is fake, but I want it to be real.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the video, but
This is my reasoning for like, I want something unequivocally attributed to being paranormal to be real. If for nothing else, to get the gratification of silencing
The naysayers.
like atheists of like, there's nothing beyond this life. Once you die, you die. Like those people that say that kind of thing. I want it to be real, where it's like something from that spiritual side shows itself in a way where it's like, okay, that's real.
But if we're gonna get real about it, that's never gonna happen.
Why?
And not because something doesn't happen, but they're always gonna find some way to say it's not real. Like if it's someone who's truly given themselves over, and there's like you're not. It doesn't matter.
you can't really scientifically study that subject. I mean, we've all seen the videos of ghost hunters and stuff like that, whatever.
Which I got
a lot of that stuff is fake because it's a TV show, so
it's all
they create
fake.
drama intentionally. But I mean, what's the scientific process? You have a question, and then you
I don't know.
you observe something, you have a question, and then
try to repeat
it. Right. So that's roughly scientific process.
That's what we think.
So you can't repeat an action over and over again with this supernatural stuff.
Well, and science is literally the study and explanation for the natural world.
Yeah, and this is
supernatural.
Supernatural
Doesn't work in the boundaries of the natural.
So there's a lot of people that automatically dismiss it because you can't scientifically prove it.
I was thinking about this the other day. So you have parts of the spirit world, for lack of a better term, that God kind of breaks through, and he'll like make a theophany or a manifestation or whatever you want to call it. The devil can do that too, because
we see it.
Yeah,
it's biblical.
We see it. And also, like, one of the accounts that I don't see anybody else talk about is when Jesus is fasting in the wilderness.
That's the exact thing that just popped in my head.
The devil literally comes to him and starts the conversation.
It's two quote supernatural beings in a natural atmosphere.
Yeah. Now, I think that we have definitely, I'll put it like this, like 95% of the stuff you see on the internet is probably fake. Especially with AI. Yeah.
Everybody's going to hear that, especially with AI, for the next 50 years.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to keep getting better at what it does and whatever. But I think that is that like 5% out there where we have actually caught on film or pictures or what have you,
Yeah.
that it's like, okay, that's real. That's definitely not fake, or like I know of an eyewitness that's been there.
Yeah, I mean, there's several. If you want to go into this aspect of it, there's several UFO pictures that have proven to be not altered in any way.
Yeah.
There's one specific one that I can remember of the craft coming down in the middle of the road and slowly going towards the guy.
Yeah.
And he took a picture of it, and it's a very dark Polaroid picture, but I mean you can clearly see a craft, and they claim that it's not altered in any way, but that doesn't mean that a guy can hang a board up in the air.
I also think that this is sort of in a different vein, but like when the Bible's, when Jesus is talking, he's like, let the little kids come to me. Yeah. I think that when we're younger, we have a way to see more of the spiritual realm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little kids that see things, and you get scared for some reason as a little kid. Like, obviously, you've been exposed to things like movies or whatever, or something that you've seen. Or, for an example, I was at a restaurant when I was like 13, 14, and this horror movie popped up at the restaurant. And at the moment, I wasn't scared at the moment at all watching it, but I had reoccurring nightmares of being in that same movie. And I would wake up in a cold sweat, and I'm like, why am I so scared of this? And I forgot where I was going with this. But, you can be exposed to certain things or whatever and be afraid. But, I mean, I wasn't afraid of watching it at the moment, but, I mean, it didn't even freak me out like at night or anything else. But I would just have these nightmares of being in this movie. So, but I mean, as children, you can be very, I think you can be more spiritually open. Yeah, I guess, because you
still have the innocence.
Yeah. So
you're not bogged down by the world.
What do you think?
Is it tinfoil or is it true, Jeremy?
That event I don't think it's real, but I think things can be real.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, people that go to church, we strive for that meeting between the spiritual and physical. But
I don't think you should seek out spirits outside
not
like
at all.
God stuff. Yes, I don't even mean angels. I don't think you should seek out angels per se. Definitely shouldn't seek out demonic stuff. Shouldn't seek out ghosts, like the actual real supernatural stuff.
Yeah, because
that exists. You shouldn't go and seek out fortune tellers or any of that stuff,
right?
Because while the vast majority is fake, especially in the West, and con artists and all that stuff, there's enough real there that you might tap into something you don't want. And once you invite it, it can stick to you.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch any kind of horror movies in my home. I mean, say what you want to say, but at the same time, I mean, you're creating an atmosphere of fear.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I think that's sort of the illusion there is like, oh, you can be scared but be in control. But really, you're not. You're just opening a door.
I mean, that's why people are horrified for weeks after they watch certain horror movies.
I remember my father, this was before he was saved, he went and watched The Exorcist in theaters. Mind you, this is before he was saved. And he's like, dude, I walked around for weeks, like, looking at people differently, thinking that, the homeless guy that he sees is just rambling to himself might be under the influence of a spirit. And this was before he was saved. Like, he was like, I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
But
because, I mean, a lot of what Hollywood shows, a lot of it's real.
Yeah.
Or can't.
A lot of it stems from reality.
Yeah.
Stems from reality.
These ideas come from somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
But needless to say, just to sum it up, I know this is probably going up during spooky season. Don't entertain that stuff. Don't entertain anything that's
As we entertain it.
we gave a disclaimer before all this.
I joke. I kid.
I keyed. Yeah. Don't entertain things that have a direct connection to your soul unless it is God. I think that's the moral of the story.
Right.
And don't go to any libraries, kids. Stay on the video games. Might be
Read a book
haunted.
online.
Yeah.
Get a Kindle.
Yes. Audible. If you want to sponsor us.
Man, I need to get Audible. Because I listen to so many podcasts and stuff.
It's awesome.
Like, I just need to start listening to books instead.
Me, my brother, sister, Tori, we all share one, and we all just buy all kinds of books.
That's cool.
Either way, Jeremy, you want to take us out of here?
Andrew, you want to take us out of here?
Vandy, you want to take us out of here?
And here we go, and away. No. All right, guys, if you made it to the end of the episode, go down. If you are on YouTube, hit like or dislike. Tell us how we can make it better.
Actually, hold on. I have some beef with you. You
Beef.
disabled comments on our videos.
I did not.
Yes, it says comments are disabled.
Did not.
But the description says comment down below and the comments are disabled.
Man, you
Okay.
made us disabled, bro.
So
Bro, we're in spooky season. I'm scared.
that's Vandy's fault.
Okay, I will go enable if I did that. I did not do it intentionally. But go down, like, dislike, do whatever you guys do, and
Give us 5 stars on.
look for Andrew underneath your bed.
little leprechaun walking around underneath there. Little balding leprechaun.
If you say Andrew 3 times in a row really fast, he will show up.
With some sausage.
Deer sausage.
Buttered sausage.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
Peace.
Bye.